And I think a lot of this, stuff, I mean, you mentioned ego earlier. And I really think that's kind of the common thread between a lot of these. Oh, I guess in some cases they're personal, but also organizational practices, whether you're looking at psychological safety or sort of the Dalio radical honesty. There are only a lot of like the Carol Dweck growth mindset, but being applied to organization, and it's sort of valuing as an organization or as an individual, I guess, because an individual is a collective of or an organization is a collective of individuals. You're trying to instill the idea of valuing learning over ego, right? Or prioritizing learning over ego. And I think the radical honesty is sort of the foundation that allows, or sorry, the psychological safety is the foundation that allows that sort of radical honesty or growth mindset to be fostered within the organization, within the people within the organization, because ultimately an organization is just, people, a collective of people. So I think that's sort of where all those ideas tie in together. And again, it makes me think about the Dalio mantra, like pain plus reflection equals progress. And I think that's what you're trying to instill, and that psychological safety is the mechanism or the tool that you use, the culture that you build that alleviates or minimizes the pain in that formula. Um, you know, the pain is making the mistake, and you can either help alleviate it by creating a culture of psychological safety where people feel like they're able to speak up when they make that mistake, and then they're going to be supported, corrected, understood, helped, rather excuse me, rather than attacked or punished. um, and I think that that's kind of where all these ideas merge. um, and at the end of the day, I think the psychological safety aspect of it is, yeah, it's sort of the bedrock of creating a culture where people are willing to admit their mistakes, willing to reflect on them, and as an organization, really, I guess the growth mindset idea is you reflect individually, but as an organization, when you're sitting in meetings and you're discussing and you're mulling over your mistakes or you're bringing them up with your manager, you're kind of doing it at the organizational level rather than at the individual level. Um, and yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of realizing it. I'm kind of thinking it through as I speak here, but it's almost like growth mindset at an individual level is a combination of psychological safety and um, radical transparency at an organizational level. It's the same principle. If you're attacking yourself and beating yourself up when you make mistakes, or management is attacking you and beating you up when you make a mistake at an organization, there is no opportunity uh, for growth and development. At the personal level, there's no opportunity, and there's no opportunity at the organizational level. And
Yep.
that reminds me of that saying, businesses are like sharks, the ones that remain still die. And I think that's true. So as an organization, you need to foster that growth and development at the individual level in order for it to become part of the organization itself, because again, people are the organization. And I think psychological safety is a way to do that. It also makes me think that at the individual level, teaching the concept of growth mindset within your training is probably useful as well, because it's kind of the same. Only one is being applied to the individual, the other being applied to sort of the interpersonal aspect of the organization, the communications aspect of the organization.